global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. Honestly, Nigeria is in big trouble. We are still talking about insecurity, talking about basic amenities not being there. I just hope that even the monies we have borrowed, that we'll have enough revenue to pay back. Let it not be before time. We may actually have gone into economic slavery for life. The way things are going, we need right leaders here. Nigeria is going down the drain. In a moment, you're going to find out why I said what I'm saying. And I honestly pray, if there's no miracle being done and done speedily by God for Nigeria. Before we go into the news proper, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. On the side, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. We all know that one of the main stream of income for Nigeria is oil and gas. Well, as we speak, the total value of Nigerian crude oil that has been stolen between January 2021 and February 2022 is about 3.27 billion in dollars. The billion is in dollars. Approximately $3.3 billion has been stolen. That's about 1.361 trillion naira if you're going by the official rate of $416 naira per dollar. Now, the federal government declared as of Thursday, international oil companies and their counterparts in Nigeria said the massive oil theft across the country currently posed a threat not just to their existence but to the Nigerian economy. The federal government, through its Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, met with oil producers trade section as well as the Independent Petroleum Producers Group in Abuja at a stakeholders engagement on crude oil theft. OPTS is a body comprising of IOCs operating in Nigeria, while IPPG is an association of indigenous exploration and production companies. A presentation by the NUPRC at the event indicated that oil theft rose sharply between 2021 and 2022. As an official of the IPPG stated that about 91% of total crude oil produced at Bonny terminal was stolen in January 2022. In its report on the trend in oil theft, the NUPRC said total value loss for the period January 2021 to February 2022 is about 3.27 billion in dollars. Average monthly value loss for the period is about 233.99 million in dollars. Average daily value loss for the period is about 7.72 million in dollars. 7.72 million in dollars. Chai. It added losses are mainly from Bonny terminal network, Fokodos terminal network, and Brass terminal network. The commission outlined factors that aided the crude oil theft to include inadequate security, poor community engagement, economic challenges, poor surveillance, stakeholder compromises, and exposed facilities. This came as the OPTS chairman Rick Kennedy, who doubles as managing director Chevron Nigeria Limited and represented IOCs at the meeting, described the massive oil theft across the country as an organized criminal activity. Kennedy, who was represented by the managing director ExxonMobil Nigeria Richard Liang, said, "When I say it is an organized criminality, the sophistication of the engineering involved points towards a high degree of sophistication and technology as well as the distribution. I think we have just got to be honest and accept that this is not theft, but more than that." The IOCs called for a quick solution to the menace, stressing that the development posed a serious threat to even their existence. It is important that the federal government, the industry, and a whole bunch of other stakeholders find a solution and find it very quickly. That would be my strong advice, Leong stated. On the part, IPPG, through its chairman Abdulrazak I. Issa, said the criminal operations were being extended to host communities, adding that it must be stopped now before it's too late. This is a massive criminal operation and is now being extended into the communities as they have been dragged into it. Issa, who was represented by the managing director, Wall Smith Petroleum Oil Limited, Chikeze Nwosu, stated. Explaining the jump in oil theft between last year and now, Nwosu said, in December 2021, the overall theft or what was stolen from the line was 91% of the crude. That means for over 100 barrels, for every 100 barrels, all that got to the Bonny terminal was just 9 barrels. Jesus! In January this year, it improved to 75%, but in February it went back to 82%. The IPPG representative stated that independent producers could no longer survive, and that is why I'm talking about the urgency. He added, the critical part of this petroleum started in 2021. Prior to that, you could still survive with crude oil theft when it was still single digit in terms of percentages. But in 2021, we saw it rising slowly from 12, 15, 40 to 91% in January this year. And you cannot survive with this. If you produce 100 barrels of crude, all you get at the end of the day for export is 9 to 10 barrels. How can you survive? On the impact of this menace, the NUPENG in its report stated that the government revenue was adversely affected, as revenue accruing to the operators had been impacted negatively. The NUPENG said there had been a loss of value arising from certain costs due to frequent repairs of damaged facilities. It stated that spillages, leakages were mostly caused by activities of saboteurs, leading to environmental degradation and deprivation of source of livelihood to diligent people. It, however, stated that actions were being taken to mitigate crude oil theft, pipeline vandalism, as a work team comprising the regulator operators was set up in August 2021. The work team was set up to deliberate on workable solutions to mitigate crude oil losses, identify various responsible parties along the crude oil loss value chain, and also propose improvement areas for effective surveillance, the NUPENG stated. On the implementation of the host community provision in PIA 2021, it stated that the draft and regulations were already in place as further engagement with stakeholders was underway. He said the meeting was convened to get the opinion of stakeholders, especially the investors, which include the OPTS, the IPPGA. It is the concern of the government that we increase our oil production, because when the upstream is sick, it affects the well-being and health of the country. The situation is happening upstream, and it is a threat to the existence and well-being of the economy. So we are very concerned about this, and we have been doing a lot, and we ensure that we do everything possible to increase oil production in a manner that will make the nation benefit from upstream movement in the international prices of crude. We are still battling with the issue of Fulani herdsmen, banditry, insecurity. Have you seen what insecurity have cost Nigeria? And by the time even host communities join in this thing, it will be difficult to stop a crime and syndicate once it gets comfortable. Look at the challenges Soludo is having with the issue of thugs and agberos taking taxes. Now they're taking it as their right. They're telling Soludo to mind his business or face his governors and leave them and their income alone. Simply because illegality have become legalized in Nigeria. And the worst case scenario is now when you want now turning illegal to illegality the way it ought to be, you begin to step on very serious toes. You'll be surprised by the time they begin to do chains of investigation. It will shock you. Those involved in this syndicate, it's too sophisticated and too balanced to be done by just hoodlums.